Welcome to Pete Lean Field, where tonight the Post 320 Stars host the Yankton Bucks from American Legion Post 12. Yankton went 3-1 last week, while the Stars also picked up 3 wins versus 1 loss. Both teams played in the Dakota Classic a couple of weeks ago in Sioux Falls, but they did not meet. Yankton split their games 2-2 and did not advance beyond their pool play. The Stars posted a 3-2 mark, lost their first game outside of the pool. Yankton enters tonight's contest at 12-5. The Stars are 23-9. I want to thank all of our sponsors for bringing you tonight's action on YouTube. Our webcast sponsors include Playmakers Sports Cards, Memorabilia, and Gaming in the Uptown Rapid Mall. Broadcast booth sponsored by Mike's Auto Sales. They are on 308 East North Street. Dakota Discount RV, 2 locations on JB Road in Somerset and 3330 Mall Drive in Rapid City. Traders Market, located in the Uptown Rapid Mall, open Friday and Saturday 10 to 5, Sunday 10 to 4. Paisanos Paquia, just down the road here from Pete Lean Field, 3618 Canyon Lake Drive, and Soundbites Vintage, also located in Traders Market, open those same weekend hours. 320's game sponsors include Beersbach Equipment and Supplies, Strive Fitness, Denny Menholt Auto Group, Shields, Tatco Construction, Water Tree Hot Tub Saunas and Water Treatment, McKee Ford, South Dakota Mines, Scoopy Cow, American Family Davis and Associates, Nick Davis Agent, Stuart Martin Remax Results Real Estate Team, Complete HVAC, and Co., Builders of Infrastructure and Communications. I'm Tom Anderson, and when we return, we'll talk about last week's action and more. This is the Soundbites Vintage pregame show. Soundbites Vintage is your entertainment destination in the Traders Market in the Uptown Rapid Mall. We have music on vinyl, CD and tape, movies on DVD, VHS, and even Laserdisc, stereo equipment, TVs, VCR, and DVD players. Into collecting, you'll find sports and gaming cards, Star Wars, Star Trek, and other collectible figures, along with Hot Wheels and die-cast. We also have video games, books, comics, Barbies, and lots more. Open Friday and Saturday 10 to 5, Sunday 10 to 4. At Mike's Auto Sales, you'll be dealing with the owner, Mike Kuhn. He's been in the business a long time and knows just how important you are. In fact, ask about the 3-month, 3,000-mile You Matter guarantee. Follow them on Facebook. Find the full inventory online at Mike'sAutoSalesRC.com. They're located at 308 East North Street, or call 605-231-8890. Thanks so much to Mike's Auto Sales for supporting local sports and this webcast. Paisanos Pachias, pizza and more, tasty appetizers, homemade soups and salads, signature sandwiches, and don't miss the daily specials. If you haven't had Paisanos Pizza, you haven't had pizza. Dine in or carry out, call 605-341-6941 or visit Paisanos at 3618 Canyon Lake Drive. You can also follow along on Facebook. Thanks to Stacy and everyone at Paisanos for their support of Rapid City Sports and this webcast. We're back in Mike's Auto Sales broadcast booth. Tom Anderson, this is the Soundbites Vintage pregame show. Yankton last week picked up 3 wins against just 1 loss. Tonight's starting pitcher, Beck Reichen, went 5 innings and a 14-0 win over Sioux Falls Post 15 East. Gave up just 1 hit, struck out 6, walked 1. Everybody in the lineup for Yankton had a hit in that game, and they were all singles. They lost to Sioux Falls West 9-5. 8-run 5th inning from Sioux Falls kind of sealed the doom for Yankton. They had 5 runs on 8 hits, 4 errors. In that first game against East, they had 14 runs on 11 hits, did not commit an error. They swept Brookings in a doubleheader, shut them out the first game 3-0. And the second game 4-0. That was a 1-hit gem from Sam Goki. He had 9 strikeouts in that game, 4 runs on 7 hits, and again, no errors. For Post 320, they split with Pierre 14-7 and 13-6. They won the first game, lost the second. They went to Mitchell intending to play 3 games this past weekend, 1 scheduled for Saturday. They ended up playing 2 on Saturday because of incoming weather. And in fact, the weather did rain out their Sunday game. They won the first game on Saturday 5-1 on 12 hits. Max Speed continued his hot hitting. He was perfect against Pierre. In fact, he was our Paisanos player of the game. He was 2 for 2 in the second game of that doubleheader, 4 for 4 in that first game. Had a home run in each game. He's been tearing the cover. He had a home run in the second game against Mitchell. Aiden Bird went 2 for 4. Tegan Sales 2 for 4 in that first game. Anders Lockhart went 3 for 4. Eschmeyer picked up his 7th win of the year, going 6 innings, giving up 4 hits, 4 runs. Just one of those earned, walked 4, struck out 4. Ben Hassett came in relief to close things out. And in the second game, 10 runs on 12 hits, no errors. They won that game 10-8, a 6-run 5th inning when they were trailing 6-4, enabled 320 to come up with that win. Noah Wald, who has moved into the leadoff position against Mitchell, went 2 for 5, scored a couple of runs in that second game, had a stolen base. Tegan Sales went 1 for 4 and had a stolen base. Speed 2 for 4 with that home run. Colton Melhoff went 1 for 3. Lockhart 1 for 3. Utek 2 for 4. Colby Witt went 2 for 4. Nate Malu picked up his first win of the year. He was the beneficiary of that 6-run 5th. He went into that inning behind. He gave up 8 hits in 4 innings, 6 runs, 6 of those earned. Walked a couple, struck out 4. Cole Jansen came in and pitched 3 innings of relief in that game for what should have been a save. I didn't mark it in the book, but we'll assume that he had the save there. So we're going to take a break. We'll come back and take a look at the starting lineups presented by Traders Market as we continue with 320 baseball here from Pete Lean Field. Traders Market is located in the Uptown Rapid Mall in the former Sears location in the East Wing. You'll find more than 4 dozen vendors with more offerings that can be listed. Custom crafts, furniture and toys, housewares, tools, collectibles of all kinds, plus music, movies, games. Don't forget jewelry, clothing, books, electronics, and more. If you can't find it at Traders Market, you may not find it. Big thanks to all the vendors for their support of this webcast. Open Friday and Saturday 10 to 5, Sunday 10 to 4. Playmakers Sports Cars, Memorabilia, and Gaming is located in the Uptown Rapid Mall in the J.C. Penney Wing. Brad, Justin, and the rest of the staff at Playmakers make collecting fun with a wide selection of sports and gaming, plus trade nights, gaming tournaments, and card shows. Follow on Facebook for all the latest inventory and events, and go online at playmakersllc.com. Thanks to Playmakers for supporting Rapid City Sports and this webcast. Dakota Discount RV is your local RV dealer. Big thanks to Kevin and the gang for their participation in these webcasts. It's summertime and they are ready with a fresh lineup for your camping adventures. Find Dakota Discount RV in Rapid City at 3330 Mall Drive and just off exit 48 on JB Road in Somerset. Sales, parts, and service, 605-388-8243, and their website with their full inventory at dakotadiscountrv.com. We are back at Mike's Auto Sales broadcast booth. Here are the Traders Market starting lineups. The batting order for the Yankton Bucks looks this way. Their catcher leads off. Wears number 22, Gavin Johnson. We do not have statistics for Yankton. I tried to go to Game Changers, but they have those locked out. So not going to be able to pass any of those numbers along to you. Hitting number 2 will be the second baseman, number 11, Sam Goki. Easton Fieser is in right field. Where's number 5, the cleanup hitter, Liam Villanueva. Where's number 12? He is at first base. The pitcher, Beck Reichen, hitting 5th. Where's the deuce? Number 10 is Simon Kampshoff. He is at third base. The shortstop, Jackson Cooter, wears number 4, hitting in the number 7 spot. The number 8 hitter is Carter Boomsma. Where's number 1, plays left field. And the center fielder, Tate Bestie, wears number 25, hitting number 9. They do not have a designated hitter in their lineup here tonight. Defensively for Post 320, they'll look this way from the outfield, left to right. Colton Melhoff in left field. Burke Eschmeyer gets the start tonight in center field. Aiden Bird will be in right. In the infield, Tegan Sales, very steady left side of the infield with Sales at third, Noah Wald at shortstop. Anders Lockhart has moved into that second base spot, and Max Speed sitting at first. Colby Witt on the catcher's side of things. And on the mound tonight, Elijah Ballard getting a start for Ballard. This will be his second start of the year, 7th appearance. He's gone just 5 1/3 innings, 7 hits, 12 runs, 10 of those earned, 13 walks, 8 strikeouts. So looking to build those numbers to the other side of getting hammered, I guess, if you will. 292 batting average against, 13.13 ERA, a 3.75 whip. He has one save, one of the 6 saves on the season for Post 320. As a group, Post 320 has put a 4.04 ERA together, 1.76 whip. Batting average against of 272. They've given up 43 stolen bases as a team. They have stolen 55. 48 errors committed defensively and 14 double plays turned for post 320. On the offensive side of things, post 320 Stars have been very offensive. 354 team batting average. Max speed with that big week last week. 5 for 8 over the weekend. 6 for 6, if I remember right, in the 2 games against Pierre. Raised his batting average from 313 all the way up to 383. So as a team hitting 354, their on-base percentage of 472, so they're on base almost half the time. OPS 1.014, slugging percentage of 542, and they put together a lot of extra base hits. 69 doubles on the year, 22 triples, 20 home runs, 11 of those belonging to Max Speed. Second on the team in home runs is Bird with 4. Leading the way on the two-baggers is Melhoff with 13, Tegan Sales with a dozen. RBIs, Max Speed continues to lead at 46, but he's got his friends helping out at the top of the order. Sales with 39, Melhoff with 36, and Bird with 32. And Hassett with 24, Wald has 20. Stolen bases, Sales the only one in double digits with 10. Bird has 9. Speed with 6. Wald also with 6. Hassett with 5. Good team speed overall. Eschmeyer in limited playing time also has 5 steals. So 55 steals on the year. They've been caught or picked off 14 times on the season. We're starting to get some South Dakota competition in the books, so let's take a look at where the power points sit right now. Yankton comes in as the number 1 team in power points with a record against South Dakota teams of 7-3. Sioux Falls West right behind them at 9-3. Brandon Valley 4-2. Brookings at 4-4. And then the Stars at 7-3. They are a point and a half behind, so it's real tight at the top. Post 22 with just 4 games so far against South Dakota competition, sitting at 3-1. Harrisburg, the defending state champs, are at 6-5, followed by Renner. Renner will be here on Saturday for a doubleheader. Pierre, who was just here, 8-9 on the season. Mitchell, 5-6, who 320 just played this past weekend. Watertown will be here for a doubleheader on Friday with a record of 6-5. Then Spearfish, Sioux Falls East, Aberdeen, and Huron, who was here for the Vets Classic and took a pounding from post 320. So we're going to take a break, and we'll come back with the national anthem, I think, is what we're going to have up next. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with the anthem next as we continue with. Soundbites Vintage is your entertainment destination in the Traders Market in the Uptown Rapid Mall. Dakota Discount RV is your local RV dealer. Big thanks to Kevin and the gang for their participation in these webcasts. It's summertime, and they are ready with a fresh lineup for your camping adventures. Find Dakota Discount RV in Rapid City at 3330 Mall Drive and just off exit 48 on JB Road in Somerset. Sales, parts, and service, 605-388-8243, and their website with their full inventory at dakotadiscountrv.com. Playmakers Sports Cars, Memorabilia, and Gaming is located in the Uptown Rapid Mall in the J.C. Penney Wing. Brad, Justin, and the rest of the staff at Playmakers make collecting fun with a wide selection of sports and gaming, plus trade nights, gaming tournaments, and card shows. Follow on Facebook for all the latest inventory and events, and go online at playmakersllc.com. Thanks to Playmakers for supporting Rapid City Sports and this webcast. Traders Market is located in the Uptown Rapid Mall in the former Sears location in the East Wing. You'll find more than 4 dozen vendors with more offerings that can be listed. Custom crafts, furniture and toys, housewares, tools, collectibles of all kinds, plus music, movies, games. Don't forget jewelry, clothing, books, electronics, and more. If you can't find it at Traders Market, you may not find it. Big thanks to all the vendors for their support of this webcast. Open Friday and Saturday 10 to 5, Sunday 10 to 4. Soundbites Vintage is your entertainment destination in the Traders Market in the Uptown Rapid Mall. We have music on vinyl, CD and tape, movies on DVD, VHS, and even Laserdisc, stereo equipment, TVs, VCR, and DVD players. Into collecting, you'll find sports and gaming cards, Star Wars, Star Trek, and other collectible figures, along with Hot Wheels and die-cast. We also have video games, books, comics, Barbies, and lots more. Open Friday and Saturday 10 to 5, Sunday 10 to 4. At Mike's Auto Sales, you'll be dealing with the owner, Mike Kuhn. He's been in the business a long time and knows just how important you are. In fact, ask about the 3-month, 3,000-mile You Matter guarantee. Follow them on Facebook. Find the full inventory online at Mike'sAutoSalesRC.com. They're located at 308 East North Street or call 605-231-8890. Thanks so much to Mike's Auto Sales for supporting local sports and this webcast. Paisanos Pachillas, pizza and more. Tasty appetizers, homemade soups and salads, signature sandwiches, and don't miss the daily specials. If you haven't had Paisanos Pizza, you haven't had pizza. Dine in or carry out, call 605-341-6941 or visit Paisanos at 3618 Canyon Lake Drive. You can also follow along on Facebook. Thanks to Stacy and everyone at Paisanos for their support of Rapid City Sports and this webcast.
Field number 23, Bert Eschmeyer. The starting pitcher for your
Tom Anderson back in the Mike's Auto Sales broadcast booth here at Pete Lean Field. What a beautiful night for baseball here in the Black Hills. The sun starts to set. Game time temperature right around 65 degrees, just a light breeze blowing around. A little bit of a late start as we had a doubleheader. The Shooters won that doubleheader earlier. We're going to take a break from the national anthem and come back with first pitch. This is 320 baseball on Stars TV.
Especially war veterans may salute the flag. And now, our national anthem.
All right, we're ready for Elijah Ballard to take the mound for Rapid City Post 320. Again, his second start of the year. Interesting weekend, or not a weekend, but midweek's two-game doubleheader against Pierce. Stars won that one 14-0. They were down 6-2 going into the bottom of the fourth. They exploded for 8 runs, sent 12 hitters to the plate, had 4 more runs in the fifth inning, come away with a 14-7 win, but they just couldn't get their offense untracked against Carter Templeton from Pierre, and they lost that game 13-6. Anders Lockhart went 2 for 3 in that game. Tegan Sales 3 for 5, Speed 2 for 4, but only 2 other hits from the rest of the lineup. They'll need a better production against Tate Bestie, and Bestie in his last time out. A 1-hit shutout in 5 innings in the win over Sioux Falls East. Coming up for Post 320 after tonight, they will play a doubleheader Friday against Watertown, a doubleheader Saturday against Renner, so they'll have 5 South Dakota games in the book. Then they are here against Spearfish on July 2nd. And I believe there's a Sturgis game in there. We're just a little unsure of what's going on with Sturgis. They canceled their game against Post 22 on Monday, and they've disappeared from the Legion rankings, so I'm not really sure what's going on over in Sturgis. Sioux Falls East and Sioux Falls West are here July 15th and 16th. That will close out the regular season. And that doubleheader against Sioux Falls West on the 16th, I think the first game, I think it's a Thursday, starts at 11 o'clock in the morning, so they want to scoot back across town. Ballard on the season. Again, he has struggled a bit. He'll have to be on his game here tonight against the number 1 team from Yankton.
Lead off the game for Yankton. Catcher number 22.
So Gavin Johnson will lead things off here for the Bucks. They take their team name from their high school team. Johnson had a double in the loss to Sioux Falls West. Ballard, the lefty, leaves that one outside, ball one. And game time temperature right around 65 degrees. The flag out in left field, laying on the pole, a far different view than we had against Pierre, where that wind was whipping that flag around and blowing hard out to right field. Second pitch to Johnson. A strike count is 1-1 as we get underway here. Top of the first inning. Ballard drops that one low, 2-1. Second start of the year for Ballard. Team's hitting .292 against him. Yankton's offense put up 14 runs, 5, 3, and 4, so not an overly potent offense against Brookings, just putting up 7 runs, but they had shutouts from their pitchers in both those games, so they didn't need much more than that to come away with the 2 wins. They were 3-1 last week, as were the Stars. 3-1 count on Johnson. That pitch is going to miss low. So not a good start for Ballard, putting the first man on with a walk. And for Ballard, he's walked 13 in just 5 innings. So that has been a problem. Johnson will get the courtesy runner as number 11, Sam Goki, steps to the plate. Goki, outstanding pitcher, 1-hit shutout in his win last week. Playing second base here tonight. Drives it past the third baseman, Sales, and that will advance the runner to second. So runners at first and second, a walk and a single to get things rolling here. Easton Feeser, the right fielder, coming up. He went 3 of 5 in that loss to Sioux Falls West. Went 2 for 4 in the win against Brookings and had a home run in that game. Hits from the left side, working against the lefty Ballard. Just underway, top of the first inning. Just one game tonight. As Yankton has their hands full, they'll play post 22 tomorrow, I believe, and then they go to Spearfish and play on Friday. And that will be a doubleheader there. I was talking to the manager. He was trying to get just a single game, but they wanted to play 2, so it's Ernie Banks Day and Spearfish. But 5 games in 3 days, that'll put a tax on their pitching staff. Ballard ahead in the count, 0-1. Breaking pitch fools Feeser. And Ballard off to a much better start here against the number 3 hitter. 0-2 in the count. Liam Villanueva, the first baseman, cleanup hitter, waiting on deck. Ballard takes a couple pumps and delivers. That pitch low and inside. 1-2. Good pitch, though, with an 0-2 count. It's close enough to the strike zone that Feeser had to at least consider it. Holds off, and Ballard goes back to work. Johnson, not a big lead at second base. And that pitch is going to be low. Ballard missing low when he's missing. 2-2. Colby Witt behind the plate, getting a workout already here in the first inning. 2-2 count. Runners at first and second. Nobody out. Top of the first inning. If you're just joining us, the Shooters swept the 2 games prior to this, a doubleheader, and that is going to hit Feeser, so he didn't miss low, and that one he missed way inside. Bases are going to be loaded for Villanueva. So a tough start to the first inning here for Elijah Ballard. And with 5 games in the next 4 days, I guess, Wednesday, they're off tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday. Coach Mike Jansen has to manage his pitching staff accordingly. See what kind of release she gives Ballard, who has struggled in his 6 previous appearances, his second start of the year. Catches the outside corner, strike 1. Johnson at third reached on a walk. Goki with a single stands on second, and Fieser, who just walked, loaded up the bases. Villanueva from the right side. Ballard pitching out of the stretch. Curveball breaks in there for strike 2. Sales plays even with the bag at third base, as does Speed at first. We've seen cleanup hitters put the bunt down in a couple of the games that we've covered here in the last couple of weeks. That one, boy, that was, I don't know how he took that one. 1-2. That looked like a really good pitch with 2 strikes. Ballard doesn't get the call. He'll go back to work with a 1-2 count. Bases full of red jerseys. Lefty takes a look around, kicks and delivers, and that pitch misses low. No strikes to be had in that lower part of the strike zone here in the first inning for Ballard. Count 2-2, still nobody out. Ballard could use a strikeout right about now, or an easy pop-up to the infield. Anything else could score a run, and that's going to be a slow hopper to Sales. Looks home, goes to first, makes the play there. Runners at second and third, and Johnson scores the first run of the game on the 5-3 putout. Worked just as effectively as a bunt. Sales didn't really have a play at the plate. Had to throw across his body, running towards home, delivers on target, and there's now 1 out. Here in the top of the first, 1 run in, runners at second and third. Beck Reichen, the pitcher, number 5 hitter. Looking through my notes, see if I had anything on Reichen other than his pitching. Nothing really offensively. Again, we don't have stats for Yankton. Off-speed breaking ball drops in for strike 1. So Ballard's got ahead of the last couple of hitters with opening strikes. But then he has struggled to put them away. Second and third, 1 out, 1 run on the board. Go to Discount RV scoreboard, 1-0 lead, Yankton here in the top of the first inning. That pitch catches the outside. So low pitches aren't getting called, but that outside black is open for business. And Ballard hits it for strike 2. Beck Reichen, I recognize the Reichen name from basketball. I'm not sure if he was one of the Reichens that was playing. Doesn't seem to be a lot of crossover into the baseball side of things for most of the teams from some of their other sports. See that a little bit more here on the Rapid City side from the smaller schools. That breaking ball is in, and that's going to send Reichen shaking his head to the dugout. So playmaker strikeout for strikeout number 2, or out number 2 here in the top of the first. Third baseman Kampshoff straight up stands from the right side of the box. Bat just above his shoulder, and Ballard sends it back to the fence, and that's going to score a run. He's been missing low. That one bounced in front of the plate. So an unearned run on the wild pitch. That'll advance Fieser to third now. So a hole for the Stars early here in the top of the first inning, 2-0. Again, Yankton comes in by power points as the number 1 team in Legion Ball in South Dakota. In Class A, that breaking pitch, swing and a miss, 1-1. Ballard's curveball seems to be working well. The fastball is putting everything low. That has caused him some problems. He had a hit batter. Put Fieser in as a walk, hit by pitch. That one fouled off, 1-2. So a chance for Ballard to get out of the inning here. 2 runs across for Yankton. Still out of the stretch, Ballard. And that ball gets away, and that is going to be another run on another Wild pitch pass ball, so a couple of unearned runs across the plate. Witt and the pitching staff struggled with that early in the season. They seem to be a little bit more in control here the last couple of weeks, but a rough start here tonight for the battery of Ballard and Witt. Base is empty. Count goes full, 3-2. Ballard, in his 5 innings, has uncorked 4 wild pitches, and I think they pretty much combine the wild pitches and the pass balls together under the wild pitch category. Full count, 2 outs up on the board, nobody on base, and that's going to be, I don't know if they hit him or not, but ball 4 or hit by pitch. We're going to put it in as a walk. We're going to get a mound visit here. When we do that, we're going to take a quick break here as well. This is Post 320 Baseball from Pete Lee. Soundbites Vintage is your entertainment destination in the Traders Market in the Uptown Rapid Mall. We have music on vinyl, CD and tape, movies on DVD, VHS, and even Laserdisc, stereo equipment, TVs, VCR, and DVD players. Into collecting, you'll find sports and gaming cards, Star Wars, Star Trek, and other collectible figures, along with Hot Wheels and die-cast. We also have video games, books, comics, Barbies, and lots more. Open Friday and Saturday 10 to 5, Sunday 10 to 4. So they've had their conversation on the mound, and Ballard will stay out there with a runner on first base, 3 runs in. A couple of walks, a hit batter, assuming that Cam Shop wasn't hit and that was a walk. Ball was down between his ankles, so I don't know what caught him there or not. That pitch catches the outside for strike 1. So Ballard's curveball and that outside pitch to the right-hander has been working. But otherwise, just 1 hit so far in the inning, and that was by Goki. Curveball just missed outside, 1-1. Jackson Cooter, the shortstop. That back foot planted on that back line, which is already getting erased. Open stance. Bat cocked behind his head, and outside ball 2. Cooter, the number 7 hitter, Boomsma, the 8 hitter on deck. If Cooter keeps things going, 2 outs up on the board, and that'll be a strike on the inside corner, 2-2. Deuces Wild on the board, double deuced it at bat, number 4. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. 3 runs in on the Dakota Discount RV scoreboard for the Yankton Bucks. That'll ring him up. Second strikeout of the inning for Ballard, but 3 runs come in on just 1 hit. No errors, but a couple of wild pitch pass balls, a couple of walks, a hit by pitch, 1 left standing. This inning recap brought to you by Playmakers. Playmakers Sports Cars, Memorabilia, and Gaming is located in the Uptown Rapid Mall in the J.C. Penney wing. Brad, Justin, and the rest of the staff at Playmakers make collecting fun with a wide selection of sports and gaming, plus trade nights, gaming tournaments, and card shows. Follow on Facebook for all the latest inventory and events, and go online at playmakersllc.com. Thanks to Playmakers for supporting Rapid City Sports and this webcast. Tom Anderson back in the Mike's Auto Sales broadcast booth. Let's take a look at the Traders Market starting lineup. Hitting for Post 320 will be Noah Wald leading off, followed by Tegan Sales, Max Speed, Aiden Bird. So Bird dropping from the 2 to 4 spot, Wald moving from 5th to 1st, and Max Speed moving up from 4th to 3rd. There had been some discussions, and Pierre just kind of amplified it. They just waved him to 1st on the 2 at-bats that he had in the middle of an inning, and the 2 times when he led off, he had a single and a home run in that game. So Speed with Bird hitting behind him, then Colton Melhoff, Ben Hassett, Anders Lockhart, Colby Witt, Burke Eschmeyer. Those are your 9. Defensively, it's Carter Boomsman left, Tate Bestie in center, right fielders Easton Fieser, Simon Kampshoff at 3rd, Jackson Cooter at short, Sam Goki at 2nd, Liam Villanueva, at first, and the mound is Beck Reichen. Behind the plate, Gavin Johnson. Noah Wald hitting leadoff. A little bit different look for him. He had been hitting fifth or sixth. Swings at that pitch on the outside part of the plate, 0-2. Wald hitting .344 on the season. 5 doubles, a triple. Driven in 20 runs. That pitch misses outside, 1-2. Good eye by Wald because that was another good 2-strike pitch by the pitcher Reichen. 1-hit shutout his last time out against Sioux Falls. And line up the middle. That's going to be a single for Wald to get things started for the Stars. They trail it 3-0 here as they enter the bottom of the first inning on the Dakota Discount RV scoreboard. And Tegan Sales, who just continues to blister. He's hitting .410 on the year, on-base percentage of .482, OPS over 1,000, 12 doubles, 3 triples, a couple of home runs. He's second on the team in RBIs with 39. Sales with that corkscrew stance, bat cocked way behind his head. And that pitch is low and away, gets called a strike. So the hitters have to be aware of that outside pitch. If the seam's touching the black, they're going to ring him up. Wald with the lead at first, has 6 stolen bases on the year. That pitch misses high, 1-1. The top 5 hitters now have just been money for the Stars. That misses inside and tight, 1-1 as Sales flinched away. 2-1 the count on Sales. He's put together a couple of Paisanos player of the games. This one fouled off to the right. Put the count at 2-2. I know he had a couple, I think in the first doubleheader that we covered against Casper. Also picked one up in the tournament win over Huron. This one's wrapped in the right field. That's going to be in the right center field gap. Noah Wald round second. They misplay the ball out in the outfield. First and third, and the Stars are in business here in the bottom of the first inning. We trail it 3-0. Max Speed with Aiden Bird hitting behind him. Bird, a .456 average. That's got to be one of the top numbers in the state. Speed, again, it moved his average up in the last 4 games from .313 to .383 and has pounded 3 home runs in those 4 games. A couple of monster blasts here against Pierre. And this one, he flies high to right field. The right fielder backing up, turning around, plays it deep. And that'll score a run from third, so Speed picks up RBI number 47 on the year. Towering shot to right field. Wald scores, Sales stays at first. Aiden Bird will step to the plate. Bird hitting in the number 4 hole after hitting leadoff. The rest of the season hit 2 for 3 in the first win over Mitchell. Went 0 for 2, had a stolen base and a walk. Bird, left-handed hitter. Takes the first pitch for a ball. Reichen checks the runner at first. Misses outside, ball 2. Reichen, kind of a herky-jerky motion. Steps towards third, throws a little bit across his body. So a little unconventional, something that the Stars players have not seen much of. That'll catch the lower part of the strike zone. 2-1. Bird, an excellent eye at the plate. Leads the team in walks with 29. Second on the team in strikeouts at 24. One hopper to third. They go to second. 5-4. And got him at first. 5-4-3. Even with the speed of Bird. Excellent defensive play to end the inning by Yankton. 1 run in for post 320 on a couple of leadoff singles. And nobody left aboard as they wipe them out with a double play. That inning recap brought to you by our friends at Playmakers. 3 runs, 1 hit, no errors for Yankton after 1. And for the Stars, 1 run, 2 hits, and no errors. We're back with the top of the second inning. This is post 320 baseball for the Mike's Auto Sales broadcast booth here at Pete. At Mike's Auto Sales, you'll be dealing with the owner, Mike Kuhn. He's been in the business a long time and knows just how important you are. In fact, ask about the 3-month, 3,000-mile You Matter guarantee. Follow them on Facebook. Find the full inventory online at Mike'sAutoSalesRC.com. They're located at 308 East North Street or call 605-231-8890. Thanks so much to Mike's Auto Sales for supporting local sports and this webcast. Dakota Discount RV is your local RV dealer. Big thanks to Kevin and the gang for their participation in these webcasts. It's summertime and they are ready with a fresh lineup for your camping adventures. Find Dakota Discount RV in Rapid City at 3330 Mall Drive and just off exit 48 on JB Road in Somerset. Sales, parts, and service, 605-388-8243, and their website with their full inventory at DakotaDiscountRV.com. Ready for the top of the second inning. Here are the Traders Market hitters coming up for Yankton. It will be their 8, 9, and 1 hitters. Carter Boomsma, the left fielder, followed by Tate Bestie and Gavin Johnson. So Ballard, who struggled in that first inning, a couple of walks, a hit by pitch, just one hit given up. A couple of wild pitches allowed the runners to score from second and third. A bunt in front of the plate, that's going to be a foul ball, 0-1. So Boomsma trying to bunt his way aboard. Is down on the count now, 0-1.
That's right. Okay. Let's just go to a new game, 3-1.
So you can't just edit the innings on there?
Post 320 looked like they had something going in that bottom of the first with a couple leadoff singles, speed with the sacrifice fly, but an excellent 5-4-3 double play turned by the Bucks to close out the first inning. And it's 3-1 at the end of 1 on the Dakota Discount RV scoreboard. Boomsma now down in the count, 0-2. And he gets rung up. Strikeout number 3, all called. Another Playmakers KC in the books for Elijah Ballard. One gone here in the top of the second inning. Tate Bestie, the center fielder, the number 9 hitter to the plate. Swing and a miss, strike 1. And unfortunately, we don't have stats for the Yankton Ball Club. Some of the teams, you have to get approval, and I put it in for approval a couple of days ago, but did not come through. We don't have stats for Watertown. That's a line drive to center field on the hop. It'll be played by Eschmeyer, and Bestie from the bottom of the order gets things started here in the top of the second inning with 1 out, single to center. Gavin Johnson walked and scored in the first inning. Scored the first of the 3 runs in the top of the first for Yankton. Straight up stance, hands just even with the bill of his helmet. A little bit off the plate. That breaking pitch misses way outside. Ballard just, it kind of slipped, it looked like. Back foot for Johnson on that back line of the batter's box. Short lead at first. Ballard, the lefty, holds him tight. Shot to Sales at third, scoops it up. Mishandled the ball coming out of the glove, so he has to go to first, unable to make the play at second. So the runner moves from first to second on the ground out. Tough play for Sales because that was a worm killer. It never got up off the grass. He had no hop. He had to go down to his knees to come up with it. Trying to transfer it over. Not enough time to go to second. So Bestie stands at second, 2 outs. Goki, the only hit in that 3-run first inning. Just a slightly closed stance for the right-hander. Bat waves over his back shoulder and lined up the middle. That should score a run. Here's Eschmeyer with the throw. That will be cut off by Speed. No, he missed the cutoff, and that allows the runner to go to second. Misplayed opportunity defensively for the Stars. Second hit of the game for Goki advances to second. On the throw to home, they missed the cutoff, or Goki would still be standing at first base. Seemed to be a little confusion as to whether Speed was going to cut that off or not, and the ball tailed away from him just a bit, took a short hop on him. So a 2-out RBI single for Goki. Scored a run, knocked in a run now on 2 hits. Easton Fieser got hit by a pitch. His first trip to the plate in that first inning. That one bounces in front of the plate. Hustling back to second was Goki. So a 4-1 lead here in the top of the second inning. Two outs, runner at second. 1-0 count to the number 3 hitter, Fieser. And he'll slap that one up the middle. Lockhart can't get to it. That's going to score another run. That's where that missed cutoff comes into play. Speed, hustling, trying to get the runner Fieser at first, who made a wide turn. So the defense has not helped Ballard in his start here tonight. A couple of wild pitch pass balls in that first inning allowed 2 runs to score. And then that missed cutoff throw to home allowed Goki to advance to second. The bouncer up the middle with 2 outs. He was moving on contact. 2 runs in the inning, 5 up on the Dakota Discount RV scoreboard here in the top of the second inning. Ballard breaks the curveball in for strike 1. Villanueva knocked in a run. A slow bouncer to Sales at third. He had to make the play to first. Waves that bat. Fouls that one into the dirt. 0-2, 2 outs. Ballard. Couple of rough innings here to start the game. 5 runs in, 3 of those earned. Really, that last one was a mental error, or misplay, if you will. Missing the cutoff won't be charged as an error, but really, Goki should have been standing on third rather than scoring. He may not have made it third on the bouncer up the middle. He may have ended up stopping at second even. But the run scores, and the Stars down by 4, 5-1 here in the top of the second inning. That pitch in the dirt, 2-2. So we have some 2s going across the board. 12 at bat, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the second. Ballard with the runner on first, out of the stretch. That misses outside. That's going to put some dust in the air. Not a lot of dust. They actually had the sprinklers going after that shooter's doubleheader. So there's some wet spots out there. But Fieser will be on the move. He takes his lead behind the bag, and on the run, he can slow it down. That is another walk issued for Ballard. He had a couple of walks and a hit by pitch in the first inning, or a walk and 2 HBPs. We'll have to go back and see if we can find the official call on Camp Shop if it was a walk or a hit by pitch. With the walk, Fieser moves to second. Villanueva is up first, and Beck Reichen got called out on strikes his first time up. One of 3 called strikeouts in the game. This one, hard shot. Wald got the friendly bounce, and 6-4 ends the inning. But a couple more runs score for Yankton here in the top of the second inning. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, 2 left aboard. And at the end of 1.5, this inning recap brought to you by Playmakers. It is a 5-1 lead on the Dakota Discount RV scoreboard. Yankton with the lead. The Stars trying to come back here in the bottom of the second. This is Post 320 Baseball from Pete Lean Field. Paisanos Pachias, pizza and more. Tasty appetizers, homemade soups and salads, signature sandwiches. Traders Market is located in the Uptown Rapid Mall in the former Sears location in the East Wing. You'll find more than 4 dozen vendors with more offerings that can be listed. Custom crafts, furniture and toys, housewares, tools, collectibles of all kinds, plus music, movies, games. Don't forget jewelry, clothing, books, electronics, and more. If you can't find it at Traders Market, you may not find it. Big thanks to all the vendors for their support of this webcast. Open Friday and Saturday 10 to 5, Sunday 10 to 4. Paisanos Pachias, pizza and more. Tasty appetizers, homemade soups and salads, signature sandwiches. And don't miss the daily specials. If you haven't had Paisanos pizza, you haven't had pizza. Dine-in or carry out, call 605-341-6941 or visit Paisanos at 3618 Canyon Lake Drive. You can also follow along on Facebook. Thanks to Stacy and everyone at Paisanos for their support of Rapid City Sports and this webcast.
Leading off in post 322nd, left fielder number 2.
Tom Anderson back in the Mike's Auto Sales broadcast booth. 5-1 on the Dakota Discount RV scoreboard as we go to the bottom of the second inning for the Stars. Their Traders Market hitters for the inning. Colton Melhoff, the number 5 hitter, followed by Ben Hassett and Anders Lockhart. Beck Reichen on the mound. Got off to a little bit of a rocky start. Gave up back-to-back singles to start at the bottom of the second. Got max speed to fly deep to right. That scored a run. And then got the pitcher's best friend, a 5-4-3 double play to get out of the inning. The Reichen down 2 balls, no strikes here to the number 5 hitter, Colton Melhoff. Again, a little bit of a different look to the lineup. This one drilled to left center field, and that is going to go all the way to the wall. Melhoff digs around first. He'll come into second with a stand-up double for Melhoff. Hitting .371 on the year. That is his team-leading 14th double of the year. So again, the Stars get off to a good start. Ben Hassett, DHing tonight, steps to the plate. He's hitting .308. He's driven in 24 runs. Nine doubles, a couple of triples on the year. Swings from the left side. Takes a look at a strike on the inside corner. Count is 0-1. 2 runs in the top of the second. The pitch misses outside, 1-1. Hassett has done a very solid job out of the bullpen. Made 12 appearances, just 1 start on the season. Plays an excellent left field, but tonight DHing. That curveball misses outside. 2-1 the count now. The Stars with a couple of singles to start the game, but a sacrifice fly and a double play. They were done with just 1. Hassett sends it down the left field line. That is going to be caught. Long run by the left fielder, Boomsma, to come up with the catch. Melhoff remains at second. Excellent defensive effort so far for Yankton. Just the reverse, really, of what's happened for post 320. The double play in the first inning and the long run in left field to make the catch at the foul line by Boomsma. 1 out. Anders Lockhart takes a look at a pitch high, ball 1. Lockhart hitting .311 on the season. Driven in just 9 runs in his 61 at-bats, has 4 doubles. Decent lead at second. That one fouled off. Count of 1-1. Post 320 overall, very good team speed, top to bottom of the lineup. Other than perhaps Colby Witt, but if he gets on base, they have the courtesy runner in American Legion for the catchers, so he doesn't spend a whole lot of time on the base paths anyway. Melhoff, just 3 steals on the year. That off-speed pitch misses high and inside, 2-1. 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. The Stars trailing by 4, 5-1 on the Dakota Discount RV scoreboard. Melhoff with the leadoff double, standing at second. Lockhart trying to drive him in. Swings, lines it to center field. That is going to be a double play. We've just seen so many unusual double plays here in the last couple of weeks. A fly out to center field, and Melhoff was off and running. He thought for sure that that ball was going to fall down, and another outstanding defensive play by the Yankton Bucks. This one by Tate Bestie, the center fielder. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left aboard as for the second inning in a row. The Stars are retired on a double play. We're back at the top of the third inning. This is Post 320 Baseball from Mike's Auto Sales broadcast booth. Dakota Discount RV is your local RV dealer. Big thanks to Kevin and the gang for their participation in these webcasts. It's summertime, and they are ready with a fresh lineup for your camping adventures. Find Dakota Discount RV in Rapid City at 3330 Mall Drive and just off exit 48 on JB Road in Somerset. Sales, parts, and service, 605-388-8243, and their website with their full inventory at dakotadiscountrv.com. At Mike's Auto Sales, you'll be dealing with the owner, Mike Kuhn. He's been in the business a long time and knows just how important you are. In fact, ask about the 3-month, 3,000-mile You Matter guarantee. Follow them on Facebook. Find the full inventory online at Mike'sAutoSalesRC.com. They're located at 308 East North Street or call 605-231-8890. Thanks so much to Mike's Auto Sales for supporting local sports and this webcast. Tom Anderson back in Mike's Auto Sales broadcast booth. We have a pitching change brought to you by Traders Market. We'll try and get the pitcher's number.
Now pitching for your Pulse 320 Stars. Right-hander, number 8, Beck Lighty.
So Beck Lighty is the new pitcher. And they've not changed it yet officially in Game Changer, but we believe that it is Lighty. Uniforms look great with the stripes running across, but very hard to read the numbers. It does look like it is Lighty, though, number 8. Traders Market hitters coming up for Yankton: Simon Kampshoff, Jackson Kudera, and Carter Boomsma. 5-1 lead, top of the third inning for the Yankton Bucks on the Dakota Discount RV scoreboard. Now they plucked Lighty in there. Lighty misses down and away. See if they made any other defensive changes. Everything else stayed the same. So Lighty in the game, and Ballard will get his 2-inning score here for you. Couple of bounces to Wald. Across the diamond, low throw, speed, digs it out just in time. Kampshoff made it close, hustling down the line. Wald got the good second hop. And speed at 6'3" with that stretch certainly helped. Kudera got called out on strikes his first time up. One of 3 strikeouts in the 2 innings of work by Ballard. Lighty, a right-hander, takes a short step back, drops curveball in, strike one. Lighty has, find him here on my sheet, 8th appearance of the game. He's had 2 starts. That pitch misses low and away. 15 innings, 16 hits, 12 runs, 10 earned, giving up 11 walks, 18 strikeouts, a .258 batting average against, a .467 ERA. Hopper over the head, and Lockhart backhands it, and that's all he's going to be able to do. So Lockhart had to range a long way. A lot of base hits up the middle this season against post 320.
Next batter, number 11.
So Kudera beats out the infield single. Took the high hop over the head of Lighty. And Boomsma got called out on strikes his first time up. That led off the top of the second inning. Lighty glances over his shoulder. That one outside. Ball 1. One out, top of 3, 5-1 lead for Yankton. The Stars been erased the last 2 innings on inning double plays. That pitch misses inside, then rolls away. Runner at first, Kudera, retreats to the bag. Sales charging from third as he was anticipating a bunt. Boomsma tried to bunt his way on his first time up before getting called out on strikes. Throw to first, back in plenty of time was Kudera on the dive. 2 balls, no strikes to the hitter, number 8 hitter Carter Boomsma, left fielder. Made that long run to retire Hassett for the first out last inning. That pitch misses outside, bounces away. And for the third time this game, we have a pass ball wild pitch that advances a runner. Lighty on the season. 3 wild pitches and 3 hit batsmen in his 15 innings pitched. Log another one in the books. Runner moves to second with 1 out. In scoring position for Boomsma, Tate Bestie, the number 9 hitter, on deck. And now Boomsma turns, shows the bunt, pulls the bat back 3-1. So the old Little League trick, turn around on 3-0. Got the defense moving and thinking maybe here a little bit. See if Boomsma at 3-1 swings away. Lighty delivers, misses high and away. Did not have to swing as Lighty issues the walk. That is the 4th walk issued now by post 320. Give you Ballard's line here in just a moment. Just totaled it up. Bestie with runners at first and second, hitting out of the number 9 spot, singled and scored his only time up in the second inning. Here we are in the top of the third. Fouls this one back to the fence, 0-1. 1 out. Runners at first and second. Reichen's been helped out by his defense with a couple of double plays in the first 2 innings. The Stars could use one right now. Trailing 5-1 with runners at first and second, just 1 out, top of the third inning. Swing and a miss by Bestie, 0-2. Yankton 7-3 in South Dakota play, 12-5 overall. PowerPoint-wise, they are the number 1 team in Legion A. Lighty up 0-2. And that one just missed outside. 1-2. I don't know how Bestie laid off that. Unless he just figured there's no way he could handle it and hope for the best from the umpire. Got the call. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners at first and second. Lighty takes a glance at second and delivers. Misses outside. Witt did a good job of short hopping that one to keep the runners at first and second. Count at 2-2 though. Bestie in a little bit better position than he was just 2 pitches ago when he was down in the count 0-2. Rests the bat on his shoulder. Now he waves it up, takes it back down, waves it up, trying to get his timing down. Hits it deep to left field, and that is going to be out of play, but he gave that one a ride. And there is virtually no wind here tonight. We had a slight breeze when I first got here, just as the second shooters game started. But that flag is just resting on the pole right now. Last week against Pierre, it got a workout. But tonight, beautiful night for baseball. Game time temperature is right around 65. The sun is down. The lights are on. We had a decent turnout here. We appreciate all of you listening and watching at home or on the road, wherever you might be. That pitch is high. It loads the count at 3-2. There's no activity in the 320 bullpen at this moment, so if there's a pitching change that is to be made, it would come from the field. Again, they've got 5 games over the next 4 days. They have an off day tomorrow, then they have a doubleheader Friday and a doubleheader Saturday. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout there for Lighty. Tate Bestie, victim of another playmaker strikeout. Ballard, while we have a moment, 2 innings, 4 hits, 5 runs. 3 of those earned, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. So back to the top of the order. Gavin Johnson walked and scored, grounded out to third. At the plate now, the runners at first and second, 2 out, top of the third inning. The Bucks sitting on a 5-1 lead on the Dakota Discount RV scoreboard. That pitch misses high, ball 1. Join us at the conclusion of the game. We'll have our Paisanos player of the game. Lighty looks at second, misses way outside, 2-0. Lighty has just kind of been all over the place on his delivery here. Ground out to short, single walk and strikeout to the first 4 hitters he's faced in relief of Elijah Ballard. And at the top of the order is Gavin Johnson. Up in the count, 2 balls, no strikes. That one's going to miss high, 3-0. Would anticipate Johnson would be taking all the way, and Sam Goki was 2 for 2, scored a couple of runs, knocked in a run, is sitting on deck. See if Johnson even flinches on this pitch. He swings at it, 3-1. Lighty, who's been having problems finding the strike zone, I'm surprised they gave their leadoff hitter the green light at 3-0. Swings through a fastball, 3-1, 2 outs. Lighty misses low and away, ball 4. Load him up for Goki. Lighty's put himself in a hole with those couple of walks. 11 walks and 15 innings pitched so far this year. He has 18 strikeouts, which is 4th on the team overall. Eschmeyer leads the way with 47, Hassett with 37 and just 23 innings pitched. Hassett and his dandy curveball, that pitch misses outside as Lighty looked like he was aiming that one. 1-0. Again, the base is full of red jerseys, and that is going to bring another visit to the mound. While they talk about that, we're going to talk about this. This is 320 Baseball from Mike's Auto Sales. Soundbites Vintage is your entertainment destination in the Traders Market in the Uptown Rapid Mall. We have music on vinyl, CD and tape, movies on DVD, VHS, and even Laserdisc, stereo equipment, TVs, VCR, and DVD players. Into collecting, you'll find sports and gaming cards, Star Wars, Star Trek, and other collectible figures, along with Hot Wheels and die-cast. We also have video games, books, comics, Barbies, and lots more. Open Friday and Saturday 10 to 5, Sunday 10 to 4. So we'll see if the mound visit helps Beck Lighty settle down. He's got the bases full of red jerseys. A lot of runners on the base paths for Yankton. They've plated 5 of them so far on just 5 hits, but they've been helped along now with 5 walks issued by post 320. Lighty misses high. Still nobody warming up in the bullpen. Goki 2 for 2 with an RBI, a couple of runs scored. That pitch gets away back to the backstop, and that is going to score a run. That is the 4th wild pitch pass ball of the game, the 3rd one that has scored a run. Other runners move up a base as well, so now 2nd and 3rd for Goki. 2 runners in scoring position. 3-2-1 up on the scoreboard for Yankton in the runs scored column here in the first 3 innings. They lead at 6-1. Top of the 3rd inning on the Dakota Discount RV scoreboard. Lighty will work out of the windup. Short step back and delivers that one high and inside. That is going to walk Goki. Loads him up again. Feeser got hit by a pitch and knocked in a run with a base hit his last time up. Hitting from the left side, he had a 3 for 5 game against Sioux Falls and a 2 for 4 game against Brookings, including a home run. That catches the strike zone inside and low. Feeser down in the count, 0-1. 2 out showing on the scoreboard. 6 runs in for Yankton. Plated 1 here in the top of the 3rd. They have the bases loaded. Swing and puts it at strike 2. 3 walks in the inning issued by Lighty. Go along with a base hit. Got Bestie on a big strikeout, but then walked Johnson and Goki at the top of the order. Brings up their number 3 hitter, Feeser. Looks at that pitch outside. 1-2. RBI and a run scored on the hit by pitch and single so far in the game for Feaser. He's been up each of the first 3 innings. Fouls that one sharply towards his dugout. He'll play with the ball that just got smacked. Speed gets it back to Leidy. He'll rub it up and get ready to deliver on a 1-2 count with 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd inning. Feaser open stands from the left-handed batter's box. That back elbow held up real high, about even with his bill of his helmet. That pitch misses up. 2-2. Feaser with an RBI opportunity here. With the bases loaded, looks at a pitch high. 3-2. That's going to give a head start to the runners at first and second. I don't think the runner at third is going to be all that crazy about crashing towards home. Leidy, as they say, the payoff pitch, and a swing and a strikeout. Huge strikeout for Leidy to get out of the bases loaded jam. 1 run in for Yankton on 1 hit, 3 walks, all of them left stranded. And that avoids a big inning for Yankton, limiting just that 1 run. They lead at 6-1 after 2.5. That inning recap brought to you by our friends at Playmakers in the Uptown Mall, the J.C. Penney Wing. Make sure you check them out online and on Facebook. Keep up with all the events that are happening up at Playmakers. This is Post 320 Baseball from Beatley. Playmakers Sports Cars, Memorabilia, and Gaming is located in the Uptown Rapid Mall in the J.C. Penney Wing. Brad, Justin, and the rest of the staff at Playmakers make collecting fun with a wide selection of sports and gaming, plus trade nights, gaming tournaments, and card shows. Follow on Facebook for all the latest inventory and events, and go online at playmakersllc.com. Thanks to Playmakers for supporting Rapid City Sports and this webcast. Traders Market is located in the Uptown Rapid Mall in the former Sears location in the East Wing. You'll find more than 4 dozen vendors with more offerings that can be listed. Custom crafts, furniture and toys, housewares, tools, collectibles of all kinds, plus music, movies, games. Don't forget jewelry, clothing, books, electronics, and more. If you can't find it at Traders Market, you may not find it. Big thanks to all the vendors for their support of this webcast. Open Friday and Saturday 10 to 5, Sunday 10 to 4. Here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, Riken will be facing the Traders Market batting order of Colby Witt, Burke Eschmeyer, then back to the top of the order for Noah Wald. Yankton with a 6-1 lead here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. On the Dakota Discount RV scoreboard, Tom Anderson with you in the Mike's Auto Sales broadcast booth. We'll be back with you on Friday for a doubleheader against Watertown, and then there will be a doubleheader here Saturday against Renner. I will be at O'Hara Stadium on Saturday covering the Rapid City War Eagles. So bounce back and forth between the 2 webcasts. War Eagles trying to get their 2nd win of the year. Here's the pitch from Riken, swing and a miss by Witt. Witt, his first time to the plate. Yankton up 6-1, and their top 3 hitters have hit in each of the first 3 innings. Witt sharply hit between the first and second baseman, and Colby Witt. He has been swinging the ball or the bat well as of late. Average up to 273. He was under 220 a couple of weeks ago. So Eschmeyer to the plate. And I believe that's Adam Jansen will be the courtesy runner at first base. I think that was number 14. Jansen with a good lead. Eschmeyer turns to bunt and fouls it off. Eschmeyer hitting just 200 on the year. Walked 9 times. 5 stolen bases, so he's got the speed if he gets on. Back off the mound by Riken. That is Adam Jansen down at first. 3 stolen bases, got caught stealing a couple of times. I think over the weekend, or I think it was in the tournament week and a half ago. Eschmeyer, little visit with Coach Jansen down at third base. Gave Reichen and Gavin Johnson a chance to have a conversation as well. Now we're going to play some baseball. Bottom of the third inning. Nobody out, runner on first, a much shorter lead. Eschmeyer pulls the bat back. 1-1. Not seeing a lot of small ball played by the Stars. While they have the speed and they've got some stolen bases scattered across, Eschmeyer pulls the bat back again, 2-1. So they're trying to give up the out. Reichen trying to make it difficult to bunt by getting that pitch up in the strike zone. But Eschmeyer pulls it back twice, 2-1 now. He'll turn again and take a look at ball 3 now. So let's see if he is taking all the way here, if he's going to square at 3-1. Try and move Jansen over to second, trailing 6-1 here in the bottom of the third inning. He's going to swing away and skies it. Shortstop back, center fielder in, and that play will be made by the center fielder coming a long way, Bestie. He came up with the big play to end the last inning. Came running in on a line shot by Lockhart. And Melhoff, who thought the ball was easily going to drop in, or he lost track of the outs, was on the move. He got doubled off second easily enough. Noah Wald, top of the order, singled and scored. The Stars started off with 2 singles to start the game. Wald scored on the sacrifice fly by Speed. Takes a look at a pitch high and inside, ball 1. So Reichen struggling a little bit with his control. Takes a peek at first. Jansen a much shorter lead than he started off with. This is going to be a 6-4-3 opportunity. Shuffle it to second, and not in time as Wald shows his speed. The shortstop had some problems transferring the ball, made the flip. So 1 out recorded on the fielder's choice. 2 outs now up on the board. Noah Wald sitting at first after Jansen, the courtesy runner for Witt, erased at second. Sales singled. Got erased on a 5-4-3 double play that ended the first inning. Looks at that one closely, but it goes by for ball 1. The first 2 innings ended in double plays. The third almost did. Had the shortstop Cooter been able to make the transfer a little more cleanly. Sales backs away from that one. Ball 2. Sales 410 average on the season. Added to that with a hit in his first plate appearance. Wald not much of a lead at first, and that pitch on the outside, 2-1. Sales with the 2-0 count, looking for something that he could drive. Didn't like that one, let it go through, called strike 1. Fouls that one back to the fence, 2-2. Wald, 6 steals on the year. Standing at first. Got moved to the leadoff spot last weekend against Mitchell for the first time. A little different look than hitting number 5. Sales again ducks away from an inside pitch. Count is full, 2 outs. Wald to be motoring from first on the pitch. Sales looking to drive it in the gap. Center fielder playing very shallow. This one sent off to the right side and out of play. Max Speed standing on deck. He's driven in the only run of the night for the Stars on a sacrifice fly to right field in the first inning. Reichen, 1-hit shutout his last time out against Sioux Falls. This one right to the first baseman. He handles it on the second hop, takes it unassisted. And the Stars are down with no runs in, 1 hit. No errors, 1 left aboard at the completion of 3 full innings of play. 6 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Yankton. For the Stars, 1 run on 4 hits and no errors. That recap brought to you by Playmakers in the Uptown Mall. We're back with the top of the fourth inning as we continue with 3:20 baseball here from Pete Lean Field. Paisanos Pachias, pizza and more. Tasty appetizers, homemade soups and salads, signature sandwiches, and don't miss the daily specials. If you haven't had Paisanos Pizza, you haven't had pizza. Dine in or carry out, call 605-341-6941 or visit Paisanos at 3618 Canyon Lake Drive. You can also follow along on Facebook. Thanks to Stacy and everyone at Paisanos for their support of Rapid City Sports and this webcast. Soundbites Vintage is your entertainment destination in the Traders Market in the Uptown Rapid Mall. We have music on vinyl, CD and tape, movies on DVD, VHS, and even Laserdisc, stereo equipment, TVs, VCR, and DVD players. Into collecting, you'll find sports and gaming cards, Star Wars, Star Trek, and other collectible figures, along with Hot Wheels and die-cast. We also have video games, books, comics, Barbies, and lots more. Open Friday and Saturday 10 to 5, Sunday 10 to 4. Thank you, Pete Lean Field. Here in the top of the fourth inning, Traders Market batting order for Yankton. Their number 4 hitter, Liam Villanueva, followed by Reichen and Kampshoff, pitcher and third baseman. As Yankton makes it through their lineup, makes their way through the lineup for the third time here in the top of the fourth. They lead at 6-1 on the Dakota Discount RV scoreboard. I want to thank some of our 320 game sponsors, including Bears Box Equipment and Supplies, Strive Fitness, Denny Menholt Auto Group, Shields, Tatco Construction, and Water Tree Hot Tub, Saunas, and Water Treatment for their support of 320 baseball.
Number 12, Villanueva.
Villanueva ground out to third, knocked in a run, walked his second time up, got stranded in the second inning. And here he is in the top of the fourth inning, leading off with a 6-1 lead on the Dakota Discount RV scoreboard. Lighty induces a foul ball, just missed our camera. Almost did the broadcaster jinx. We were talking about cameras earlier. I'm not going to say anything more. I don't want to jinx it again. 1-1 the count, as Lighty missed with the curveball inside. 1-1 delivery, misses outside, 2-1. 3 walks that last inning for Lighty, had a couple of strikeouts. Only 1 hit in the inning. That was by Kudera with 1 out. He ended up coming around and scoring on a pass ball wild pitch. That catches the inside corner. 2-2. Villanueva, Reichen, and Kampshoff, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters coming up here in the top of the fourth inning for the Yankton Bucks. That one just missed. 3-2. Yankton representing American Legion Post 12. Number 1 team in power points in Class A Legion ball in South Dakota. That one is outside. So Lighty walks Villanueva. His 4th walk issued, the 2nd walk of the game for Villanueva. Reichen called out on strikes and grounded out to end the second inning, 6-4, force play. Reichen doing a good job on the mound, surrendered just 1 run. He's given up base hits to lead off each of the 3 innings, but he's worked out of the jam. Much help from his defense. A couple of double plays, he turns to bunt. 1 hopper to Lighty, he'll flip to first, and that will get the job done as Villanueva moves to second. So Kampshoff, a walk and a ground out, an opportunity to add to that 6-1 lead.
Next batter, number 10, Simon Kampshoff.
3 runs in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third. The Stars would love to see that go to 0 here in the top of the fourth inning. Staying with the sequence. 1 run in the first for the Stars. Goose eggs the last 2 innings. That pitch catches the outside upper part of the strike zone, 0-1. Stars have done a decent job of getting ahead in the count on that first pitch, but then they have struggled to put the Yankton hitters away. 7 walks issued. That pitch misses outside. Still no activity in the 320 bullpen. Lighty in his second inning of relief. Elijah Ballard started the game, went 2 innings, gave up 4 hits, 5 runs. 3 of those earned, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Kamshoff thought about it, lays off, and it's 2-1. So runner on second after the walk and the sacrifice bunt. Kamshoff steps in from the right-handed batter's box, 2-1. Slightly open stance. Bat rests on his shoulder. Looks at a pitch outside, 3-1. So Lighty, 3 walks in the first inning, a walk here in the second. He's given up just 1 hit, has a couple of strikeouts. But he has been all over the zone. He started this count 0-1, 3 straight errant pitches, and this one fouled away, 3-2. Lighty in 15 innings has given up 11 walks. Add 4 more to that, 15 walks in just over 16 innings now. This one popped up to the left side. Sales calls for it, stands on the foul line, makes the play. 2 gone here in the top of the 4th. Runner on second is Villanueva. Kudera got called out on a strike, singled, and scored a run. That was in the last inning. So 1 for 2 on the night. Kudera with the open stance. Lighty will work out of the stretch with the runner on second. Villanueva has a decent lead there. And that is called strike 1. So 2 strikeouts for Lighty. He could use 1 here to end the inning. 3 strikeouts for Ballard in his 2 innings. But they both struggled with control. That's one fouled back, 0-2. So 0-2, 2 out here in the top of the 4th inning. And the Stars trying to hang a 0 on the board for Yankton for the first time this game. They gave up 3 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third. It's a 6-1 lead on the Dakota Discount RV scoreboard. Lighty leaves that one outside, 1-2. Yeah, not a bad 0-2 pitch as he had Kudera leaning, thinking about it. Lighty looking in for the call from Witt. The 1-2 delivery. That misses high, 2-2. Here's where Lighty just has to focus on the hitter, not let this count go full. He doesn't even check the runner at second and misses outside, 3-2. No, I call that a strike. Big strikeout of Kudera. Gets called looking. Boy, Witt had to go a long way outside to grab that one, but a break for the 320 Stars. They get the strikeout, leave a man at second. No runs, no hits, no errors. That 1 left standing. And the first 0 on the board for Yankton here in the top of the 4th inning, but they lead at 6-1 after 3.5. This inning recap brought to you by good folks up at Playmakers. Playmakers Sports Cars, Memorabilia, and Gaming is located in the Uptown Rapid Mall in the J.C. Penney wing. Brad, Justin, and the rest of the staff at Playmakers make collecting fun with a wide selection of sports and gaming, plus trade nights, gaming tournaments, and card shows. Follow on Facebook for all the latest inventory and events, and go online at playmakersllc.com. Thanks to Playmakers for supporting Rapid City Sports and this webcast. Traders Market is located in the Uptown Rapid Mall in the former Sears location in the East Wing. You'll find more than 4 dozen vendors with more offerings that can be listed. Custom crafts, furniture and toys, housewares, tools, collectibles of all kinds, plus music, movies, games. Don't forget jewelry, clothing, books, electronics, and more. If you can't find it at Traders Market, you may not find it. Big thanks to all the vendors for their support of this webcast. Open Friday and Saturday 10 to 5, Sunday 10 to 4. Tom Anderson back in the Mike's Auto Sales broadcast booth here at Pete Lean Field on a beautiful night for baseball in the Black Hills. But it's not a beautiful sight on the board right now for post 320. They trail at 6-1 here in the bottom of the fourth. Traders Market batting order for the Stars will be Max Speed hitting out of the number 3 spot. Aiden Bird and Colton Melhoff. The heart of the order. The Stars have done a good job this year putting together big innings. They could use something from Speed. He takes a look at the first pitch, though, outside, strike one. They put up a 6-run fifth in their 10-8 win in the second game against Mitchell on Saturday. Speed lifts it high to center field. And drifting back a couple of steps was Bestie. So Speed. We had rain predicted for tonight, possibilities. That seems to have gone away. Speed was trying to reseed the clouds with that one. Aiden Bird, as Speed now fly out to right, drove in a run. The only run of the game for the Stars so far. Sends that one high into center field for out number 1. Bird grounded into that 5-4-3 double play way back in the first inning. Just his second plate appearance of the ball game. Bottom of the fourth, looking to get something going. Fouls it off to the left side, down in the count 0-1. Bird, 456 on the year coming into tonight's game. Slices this one, foul down the left field line. This one was in play. So, see if he's working his way towards being on the fair side of the foul line. 0-2. Reichen continuing to work well on the mound. Gets called out on strikes. Beautiful pitch by Reichen. It's one of those 0-2 pitches that you want to throw. It just caught the outside of the strike zone against the lefty. And it's 2 up, 2 down very quickly here for the Stars in the bottom of the fourth inning. Colton Melhoff led off the second with a double. Then got doubled off as he broke for third on a line drive to center field that was caught by Bestie in the second inning. Takes a look at a pitch high and outside, ball one. Melhoff with that double, a team leading 14 doubles now on the season. Raised that 371 batting average. Takes a look at a pitch outside on the corner, 1-1. Melhoff from the right side. Feet equidistant. Ball two. So Reichen working that outside, trying to get Melhoff to offer off the plate. There's Reichen, and there's another drive to left field, but that is going to be to the left fielder rather than in the gap, and Boomsma with the catch. It's a quick 1-2-3 inning for the Stars, heart of the order. Fly out, strike out, and a fly out to left. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left aboard. 6-5-0 for Yankton at the end of 4 innings. 1-4-0 for the Stars at the end of 4. Inning recap brought to you by Playmakers. We're back with more 320 baseball from Pete Lean Field and the Mike's Auto Sales broadcast booth. Dakota Discount RV is your local RV dealer. Big thanks to Kevin and the gang for their participation in these webcasts. It's summertime and they are ready with a fresh lineup for your camping adventures. Find Dakota Discount RV in Rapid City at 3330 Mall Drive and just off exit 48 on JB Road in Somerset. Sales, parts, and service, 605-388-8243, and their website with their full inventory at dakotadiscountrv.com. At Mike's Auto Sales, you'll be dealing with the owner, Mike Kuhn. He's been in the business a long time and knows just how important you are. In fact, ask about the 3-month, 3,000-mile You Matter guarantee. Follow them on Facebook. Find the full inventory online at Mike'sAutoSalesRC.com. They're located at 308 East North Street or call 605-231-8890. Thanks so much to Mike's Auto Sales for supporting local sports and this webcast. Top of the 5th inning, Traders Market. Batting order for Yankton will be Carter Boomsma, the number 8 hitter, followed by Bestie. And back to the top of the order with Gavin Johnson. Beck Leidy goes out for inning number 3. Worked out of a little bit of a jam. Runner at second with 1 out. Got a pop out to third and a called third strike. First 0 on the board for Yankton, but they lead it 6-1 here as we enter the top of the 5th inning on the Dakota Discount RV scoreboard. Join us at the end of the game for the Soundbites Vintage post-game show. We'll recap the hitting for post 320 as well as the pitching line scores if they don't get too messed up in my book. Leidy with the delivery to open the fifth, fouled back 0-1. We talked about it earlier. The 320 star pitchers tonight have been off to a good start in many of these counts, getting that first pitch strike. But then they've lost them. 4 walks in 2 innings for Leidy, 3 walks in 2 innings for Ballard. They've issued 7 passes, given up just 5 hits, but 6 runs have come in. 3 of those have come in on wild pitch pass ball situations. Boomsma with a count of 1-1. Ware's number 1. Fouls this one back, 1-2. So walk called out on strikes his first time at the plate. We'll step in, down in the count, 1-2. Leidy looking to get off to a better start here in his 3rd inning of work. Misses that pitch outside. His first inning got it the first out, 6-3, but then gave up a single, a walk, struck out a batter, walked 2 more for ending the inning on a strikeout. That 1 run scored on a wild pitch pass ball, and he gets a strikeout here. Boomsma, for the 2nd time in the game, called out on strikes. A big playmaker strikeout to start the top of the 5th inning for Beck Leidy. For Leidy now, that is his 4th strikeout of the night. Tate Bestie, one of those strikeout victims, the first one actually. A couple of innings ago, Bestie in the 2nd inning singled and scored a run. That pitch misses low and inside, 1-0. And we don't have any stats for Yankton. Some of the teams choose to block the stats out. When I talked to the Casper manager, he said they don't want to give away their spray hit charts. So I tried to apply for status and did not get approved. Still waiting Watertown the same way. We're locked out on stats there. We'll see if we get approved by the doubleheader on Friday when Watertown comes to town. That line to center field, and that's going to drop on a short little looper to center. Bestie is aboard with his 2nd hit. Eschmeyer not playing extraordinarily deep, but it's 370 to center, so you have to have a little depth. And that one didn't clear the infield by much. Looked like it was going a lot further and didn't. It just kind of died. Eschmeyer, I think, thought about making the dive for it, but played it safe. And Bestie with a good lead at first. Gavin Johnson, leadoff hitter, has been on twice on walks, grounded out to the 3rd baseman. He's 0 for 1, takes strike 1 on an off-speed pitch. 3-2-1-0 up on the board for Yankton. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th innings on the runs side. Fouled back 0-2. For the Stars, 1 run in the 1st, 0's up there in the 2nd, 3rd, and the 4th. They led off each of the first 3 innings with hits. Last inning, they went down in order. They're 3, 4, and 5 hitters. Retired by Riken. Went 5 innings, a 1-hit shutout against Sioux Falls East in a 14-0 win last week, as the Bucks went 3-1 on the week. Leidy checks the runner at first, and that is a shot just by the diving Tegan Sales at 3rd. That is the first hit of the game for Gavin Johnson. Bestie stops at 2nd. Sam Goki, single and a run on RBI, and walked his last time up. He is 2 for 2. 1 out, runners at 1st and 2nd. Speed playing in front of the bag at 1st. Sales slightly behind the bag at 3rd. They play him straight away in the outfield, slightly shaded by the center fielder to left. There'll be an infield fly to Max Speed, who makes the play. And they get the dangerous Sam Goki with an infield fly rule pop out. 2 out. Easton Feeser hit by a pitch, singled and knocked in a run, struck out to end a bases loaded situation. Lighty in his first inning of work. Got Feeser on a swinging strikeout and fools him on an off-speed pitch here, starts him out 0-1. Join us on Friday for the Watertown doubleheader. That's a 5 o'clock start. The second game scheduled for 7. Lighty catches the outside corner. 0-2 now to Feeser. Lighty could use another 2 strikeout inning here. Witt sets up outside. Lighty delivers, misses way outside. That just got snow coned by Witt, or that was back to the fence. 1-2. Four strikeouts on the night for Lighty in relief of Elijah Ballard, who went 2 innings as a starter. That breaking pitch fouled off to the left side. We'll do it again, 1-2. 2 outs, top of the 5th inning. Lighty has given up 1 run. Cooter has scored that on a single. After a couple of walks, loaded up the bases, he scored on a wild pitch pass ball. The 3rd of the 6 runs scored in that fashion by Yankton here tonight. 1-2, and that is strike 3. Big strikeout. Called for the second time in this inning, and that's 5 strikeouts for Lighty. Leaves a couple of runners on board. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. Those 2 left standing at the end of 4 1/2 now. It's a Yankton lead still sitting at 6-1 on the Dakota Discount RV scoreboard. Back with the bottom of the 5th. 3:20 baseball here at Pete Lean Field. Traders Market is located in the Uptown Rapid Mall in the former Sears location in the East Wing. You'll find more than 4 dozen vendors with more offerings that can be listed. Custom crafts, furniture and toys, housewares, tools, collectibles of all kinds, plus music, movies, games. Don't forget jewelry, clothing, books, electronics, and more. If you can't find it at Traders Market, you may not find it. Big thanks to all the vendors for their support of this webcast. Open Friday and Saturday 10 to 5, Sunday 10 to 4. Paisanos Pachillas, pizza and more, tasty appetizers, homemade soups and salads, signature sandwiches, and don't miss the daily specials. If you haven't had Paisanos Pizza, you haven't had pizza. Dine in or carry out, call 605-341-6941 or visit Paisanos at 3618 Canyon Lake Drive. You can also follow along on Facebook. Thanks to Stacy and everyone at Paisanos for their support of Rapid City Sports and this webcast. Back at Pete Lean Field and Mike's Auto Sales broadcast booth, I'm Tom Anderson. As we go into the bottom of the 5th inning, it will be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters coming up in the Traders Market batting order for post 320. It'll be Ben Hassett, the designated hitter, followed by Anders Lockhart and Colby Witt. Hassett flew out to left field on a long run made by Boomsma. Caught the ball right at the foul line. Hassett with the 308 average entering tonight's play. Hits from the left side, fouls this one straight back towards us. Strike 1. Beck Reichen still on the mound. He's at just 50 pitches right now through 4 innings starting the bottom of the 5th. He's up in the count to Hassett, 0-2. He's been very, very efficient. Has not walked a batter. Has just 1 strikeout. Got Bird called last inning. Been helped out by a couple of double plays. That pitch misses outside. 1-2. A little different look from Reichen. He normally is throwing across the body. That one he opened up a little bit more. Missed outside. Good reach to stay alive by Hassett. Count stays 1-2. It's the kind of pitch Reichen wants to throw with A 1-2 count. Make the hitter defensive. They set up outside again, and a swing and a miss by Hassett. Throw down to first, but I think he said he made the play. Either way, it's a strikeout by Hassett. One gone. He's 0 for 2. Anders Lockhart lined to center field his first time up. That doubled Melhoff off second base, who was breaking for third. So here we are in the bottom of the 5th inning, and just one plate appearance so far for the number 7 hitter. You look back at that tournament a couple of weeks ago, and they had, I forget, like 5 or 6 innings in a row where they went through their batting order. So they're racking up the at-bats. Not so tonight against Riken. That pitch catches the outside. 1-1. A little bit of a delayed call from the umpire. Good pitch by Riken again. He's working quickly. That one bounces down the third baseline. That'll be a fair ball. Lockhart rounds, heads for second, and he's got a double as he slides in safely. Throw cut off in the outfield. Lockhart.
Next batter, number 4, Colby Witt.
His 5th double of the year. Colby Witt, his only plate appearance, singled. And his courtesy runner, he raced at second on a 6-4 fielder's choice. Witt has raised his average about 60 points in the last couple of weeks. Has 11 RBI on the year. 1 big home run, 4 doubles. Runner at second. Stars have not scored since that first inning on the sacrifice fly by Speed. After back-to-back singles got things started for the Stars. 1 gone here in the bottom of the 5th. Stars trail at 6-1. Witt holds off on the inside pitch, 2-0. Eschmeyer on deck. We'll see if he comes to the plate. I think that's him standing on deck. Pitch across the body by Riken, catches the outside corner. 2-1. Got my numbers reversed. 2 balls, 1 strike. Riken delivers. Witt fouls it off, 2-2. That is Eschmeyer in the on-deck circle. 2-2, 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Excellent game so far by Riken, and gets Witt on the strikeout. 2 outs, both by K's.
Next batter, number 23.
And Eschmeyer, who flew out to center field, his first time up after he tried to bunt the runner over to second. On a 3-1 count, lifted the fly ball to center. Play was made there. Eschmeyer hitting 200 coming into tonight's action. Takes a pitch high, ball 1. First base open, runner at second. Number 9 hitter Eschmeyer with 2 outs, trying to get something going here for the Stars. That pitch high and away gets called strike 1. Eschmeyer slightly open stance. Takes a look at strike 2 as it catches the upper part of the strike zone. 1-2 now on Eschmeyer. Eschmeyer just misses outside. 2-2. Deuces Wild on the board. At bat number 4, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. It's a 6-1 lead for Yankton on the Dakota Discount RV scoreboard. Eschmeyer fouls it, looked like off the noggin of the umpire. Not shaking his head, so it must not have hit him. Looked like it took a little skip after it came off the bat. 2-2, still the count. Runner at second, the delivery, strike 3, ring him up. Struck out the side here in the bottom of the 5th inning, did Beck Riken. Leaves the runner stranded at second. The double by Lockhart goes to waste. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. 1 left standing at the end of 5 complete innings of play. It is a 6-1 lead for Yankton over post 320. We come back, 2 innings to go here. Yankton with the lead. This is post 320 baseball from Mike's Auto. At Mike's Auto Sales, you'll be dealing with the owner, Mike Kuhn. He's been in the business a long time and knows just how important you are. In fact, ask about the 3-month, 3,000-mile You Matter guarantee. Follow them on Facebook. Find the full inventory online at Mike'sAutoSalesRC.com. They're located at 308 East North Street or call 605-231-8890. Thanks so much to Mike's Auto Sales for supporting local sports and this webcast. Playmakers Sports Cars, Memorabilia, and Gaming is located in the Uptown Rapid Mall in the J.C. Penney wing. Brad, Justin, and the rest of the staff at Playmakers make collecting fun with a wide selection of sports and gaming, plus trade nights, gaming tournaments, and card shows. Follow on Facebook for all the latest inventory and events and go online at PlaymakersLLC.com. Thanks to Playmakers for supporting Rapid City Sports and this webcast. Top of the 6th inning already, a very fast-moving ball game. We've been averaging almost 2.5, 3-hour games. This one started at 8:15. We're an hour and a half into it. Top of the 6th inning. And it will be Traders Market batting order for Yankton. Their number 4, 5, and 6 hitters. It's Villanueva, Reichen, and Kampshoff. Lighty still on the mound. Did good job the last 2 innings of putting zeros up on the board for Yankton after they scored 6 in the first 3 innings, 3, 2, and 1. But the Stars offense can't get on track against Beck Reichen tonight. Just 5 hits, just the 1 run in. Villanueva ground out, knocked in run, a couple of walks. He's 0 for 1 in his official at bat here tonight. Lighty starts off with a foul ball strike on the check swing by Villanueva. Lighty in his 4th inning of work now. Gets a call on the outside part of the plate. 0-2. Got a couple of strikeouts last inning. Both of those called. Had a called strikeout in his 2nd inning of work. Had a couple of swinging strikeouts in the 1st inning. He's got 5 Ks on the night. Walked 3 in the 1st inning of relief. Walked 1 in the 2nd. Getting his control a little bit better. Did not walk anybody his last inning. Catches the outside. No. Just misses. 2-2. Villanueva with a couple of walks tonight. A good eye at the plate. Looks at another one that just misses outside. Or down. Either low or outside, possibly both, but that was awfully close for 2 strikes. Villanueva has let the last couple of balls go by that were very close. But the count is now full. And he swings through that one. Strike 3. And Lighty rings up another Buck strikeout. That is 6 on the night for Lighty. Number 5 hitter, Reichen. Moved Villanueva after he walked to lead off a couple of innings ago. Sacrifice bunt. Villanueva ended up getting left at second. The first 0 on the board for the Bucks came in the 4th inning. That pitch outside, strike 1. So Reichen 0 for 2 with a strikeout tonight. Takes a look at a breaking ball outside again. 0-2. Lighty in a groove here. 2 strikeouts that were called last inning. Starts this inning with a strikeout. This one to the shortstop wall. Bobbles it. Stays with it. Throws over. Not in time. The error. The first of the night for the Stars. I think Wald was waiting for a hop that never came. He got down on it late, bobbled the ball. And the speed of Reichen allows him to make it to first. So they will allow courtesy runners for the pitcher as well. So Reichen will take a seat on the bench and get ready to go out, I'm guessing, for his 6th inning. His pitch count was only 50 going into last inning. That pitch is called a strike as Kamshoff thought about it. He is 0 for 2 on the night with a walk. So the defense of the Stars have let them down tonight, but their offense has not put anything at all together against Riken. Breaking pitch inside, strike 2. But 3 of the 6 runs have scored on pass ball wild pitch types. There was a missed cutoff that allowed a run to come around and score, put the hitter in scoring position, and on a single to center. Most likely would not have scored had he still been on first base. They missed cutoff. He ended up at second. The single to center allowed, I believe that was Goki who scored. This one popped up in the infield. Lockhart will make the play. There are 2 retired here in the top of the 6th inning. Jackson Kudera been called out on strikes twice, scored a run after he singled in between those 2 strikeouts. One of the runs that was scored on a wild pitch. Not sure who the courtesy runner is at first, but we don't have stats on any of them, so couldn't tell you if he was a base threat or not. I'm assuming they put him out there because he has some speed. Ball backhanded by Witt, keeps it from going to the fence. 1, 2, I have them down right now for 4 wild pitch pass balls. 3 of those have scored a run. Witt did a good job of keeping that one from going back to the backstop. Kept the runner at first with 2 outs. 1-0 the count. Lighty gets the inside corner. 1-1. After getting off to a rough start in his first inning of relief, he walked 3, gave up a base hit. That run came around to score on a wild pitch. That was actually Kudera. This one popped up to the infield. Sales will make the play. That'll be the side. So no runs, no hits, 1 error. That error left stranded. At the end of 5.5, it's a 6-1 lead still for the Yankton Bucks as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. That inning recap brought to you by Playmakers.
Soundbites Vintage is your entertainment destination in the Traders Market in the Uptown Rapid Mall. We have music on vinyl, CD and tape, movies on DVD, VHS, and even Laserdisc, stereo equipment, TVs, VCR, and DVD players. Into collecting, you'll find sports and gaming cards, Star Wars, Star Trek, and other collectible figures, along with Hot Wheels and die-cast. We also have video games, books, comics, Barbies, and lots more. Open Friday and Saturday 10 to 5, Sunday 10 to 4. Dakota Discount RV is your local RV dealer. Big thanks to Kevin and the gang for their participation in these webcasts. It's summertime and they are ready with a fresh lineup for your camping adventures. Find Dakota Discount RV in Rapid City at 3330 Mall Drive and just off exit 48 on JB Road in Somerset. Sales, parts, and service, 605-388-8243, and their website with their full inventory at dakotadiscountrv.com.
So an outstanding game from Beck Riken. He will come back out to start the bottom of the 6th inning. Traders Market batting lineup for the Stars. Back to the top of the order. It's Noah Wald, Tegan Sales, and Max Speed. They're going to get anything rolling here, trailing 6-1 in the bottom of the 6th. Here's the place to start. Wald, 1 for 2. Started the game off with a single. Came around to score on the sacrifice fly by Max Speed. Grounded into a fielder's choice his second time up, just his 3rd appearance at the plate tonight. Riken has given up just 5 hits in 5 innings. And the Stars have not been able to bunch anything except those 2 lead-off singles to start the game. They started the 2nd with a double, started the 3rd with a single. Went 1, 2, 3 in the 4th, had a double with 1 out last inning. Strike called outside. So Wald 1 for 2. hitting at a 344 clip, 5 doubles and a triple. That pitch misses way outside for Riken. He is now at 70 pitches here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Outstanding start, his second in a row. Gave up just 1 hit in a 5-inning shutout against Sioux Falls East, a 14-0 win last week. And no statistics available for Yankton, so I'm not sure what his season numbers look like, but he sure has been effective his last 2 starts. Right-hander delivers. This one lined out to right field, right to the right fielder. Easton Feeser didn't have to move much to get that, as the ball just hung up there for him. Wald flies out to right. Out number 1, Tegan Sales, 1 of 2 on the night. Singled, got erased on a 5-4-3 double play in the first inning. Grounded out to the first baseman his second at bat. This one fouled off to the right, 0-1. Stay with us at the end of the game, Soundbites Vintage post-game show, and we'll also name our Paisanos player of the game. This one lifted deep to left field, going back, and making the play on the run. Another outstanding defensive play by Yankton. That is Carter Boomsma. Goes deep in the night to come up with that one. And I didn't notice where he was playing, but he had to have been playing deeper than he had been because that was lifted far into left field. So speed to the plate, 0 for 1 with the sacrifice fly and an RBI. He's been ripping the ball the last 4 games, raised his average 70 points. Looking for his first hit of the night, takes a look at a pitch outside, ball 1. Moved into the number 3 slot over the weekend after Pierre just waved him to first on 2 of his 4 at-bats in that doubleheader in the second game. He was a 6 for 6 in that game. That pitch outside catches the black with a seam, 1-1. Speed with 11 home runs on the year at the plate with nobody aboard. Fouls this one off to the right. Down on the count now, 1-2. Riken has just been motoring along here. Very fast worker. Looks in, steps across, throws across his body. A little bit of disconcerting look perhaps for the hitters for the Stars. I don't know if they've seen a pitcher that's thrown across their body that way this year, but Riken has just had great control. He has not walked a batter yet tonight and gets speed to strike out to end the inning. Another 1-2-3 inning. That's his second clean inning of the night. After 6 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Yankton. 1 run, 5 hits, and an error for the Stars as they go down in order in the bottom of the 6th inning. We come back for the top of the 7th. Post 320 baseball from Mike's Auto Sales broadcast.
At Mike's Auto Sales, you'll be dealing with the owner, Mike Kuhn. He's been in the business a long time and knows just how important you are. In fact, ask about the 3-month, 3,000-mile You Matter guarantee. Follow them on Facebook. Find the full inventory online at Mike'sAutoSalesRC.com. They're located at 308 East North Street or call 605-231-8890. Thanks so much to Mike's Auto Sales for supporting local sports and this webcast. Traders Market is located in the Uptown Rapid Mall in the former Sears location in the East Wing. You'll find more than 4 dozen vendors with more offerings that can be listed. Custom crafts, furniture and toys, housewares, tools, collectibles of all kinds, plus music, movies, games. Don't forget jewelry, clothing, books, electronics, and more. If you can't find it at Traders Market, you may not find it. Big thanks to all the vendors for their support of this webcast. Open Friday and Saturday 10 to 5, Sunday 10 to 4. Dakota Discount RV is your local RV dealer. Big thanks to Kevin and the gang for their participation in these webcasts. It's summertime and they are ready with a fresh lineup for your camping adventures. Find Dakota Discount RV in Rapid City at 3330 Mall Drive and just off exit 48 on JB Road in Somerset. Sales, parts, and service, 605-388-8243, and their website with their full inventory at DakotaDiscountRV.com.
Top of the 7th inning in Yankton with a 6-1 lead. Traders Market batting order will be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters. That's Boomsma, Bestie, and Gavin Johnson. Beck Leidy stays on the mound. Gave up 1 run in his first inning, and he has been zeros up on the board the last 3 innings. Misses with the first pitch, 1-0. Boomsma got called out on strikes his first and third time up, walked in between. Lighty misses low and away. 2 balls and a strike. For Lighty, he's at 86 pitches, by far, I'm sure, his longest outing of the year. Misses outside, 3-0. Had not walked a batter in the last 2 innings. Started off his second inning with a walk and has not really walked one in the last 9 outs, if you will. Lighty, just 15 innings on the year. A couple of those starts. This is his 8th appearance overall. He struggled some with control. That one catches the outside. 3-1. In a bit of a groove the last 2 innings. Did not give up a hit last inning. Batter reached on an error, had a strikeout, had a couple of strikeouts called in the previous inning. Walks first hitter here, though. That's the second walk of the night for Boomsma. Tate Bestie, 2 for 3. A couple of singles and a strikeout. And Coach Mike Jansen makes the trip out. That might be it for Lighty. With 90 pitches in the book, 105 you have to come out. So that will be it for Beck Lighty. But he put in overall a very strong performance. Held the Bucks to just 1 run, and that scored on a wild pitch. So that would be an unearned run. And I believe that's Lefebvre maybe on the mound, but we'll get the official announcement. Again, these uniforms look really cool, but those numbers are impossible to read. They're white numbers on a white back, and they go across 3 different color stripes. Yeah, it is Seth Lefebvre. Starting to recognize the player sizes. So Seth Lefebvre will come in to pitch for the Stars, their 3rd pitcher of the game. We'll get some numbers on Mr. Lefebvre as we have a Traders Market pitching change. He has 4 appearances so far this year, none of those starts. So appearance number 5 has pitched 7 innings, given up 10 hits, 9 runs, 4 of those earned, has walked just 1, and has struck out 7 in those 7 innings. A .323 batting average against, a .157 whip, and an ERA of 4.0. So Lighty goes 4 innings, giving up the 1 run, unearned. We'll fill in the rest of the numbers here as we get an opportunity. Runner on first is Boomsma. He goes. The throw down is not going to be in time. Well, that last high hop almost got there. Looked like he had the stolen base easily. A little closer. First stolen base of the night. 1-0 to Bestie. Fever steps to the mound, a right-handed pitcher. Bestie 2 for 3. A strikeout in between 2 singles. Turns to bunt late. Didn't pull it back in time. 1-1. Number 9 hitter, then back to the top of the order. 3-2-1 scores in the first 3 innings for Yankton. 3 zeros on the board after that. Good outing by Beck Lighty. He gave up the 1 run in the 3rd unearned. This one fouled back. Lighty struggled with some control, gave up just 3 hits. Walked 5, 8 walks issued by 320 pitchers tonight, and it's tough to win a game walking that many players. That pitch misses up and in, 2-2. So Leidy goes 4 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, unearned, 5 walks, 6 strikeouts. And the swinging strike 3. Lefebvre gets Bestie to strike out for the second time in the game. 1 gone, top of the 7th inning. 6-1 lead for Yankton. 1 run in the game for Post 320. They've been putting up games in double digits, high single digits. Their run came all the way back in the first inning. Beck Reichen has pitched a masterful game here tonight for Yankton. Breaking ball in for strike 1. Gavin Johnson, 1 of 2, walked twice, scored a run. Don't see too many catchers hitting leadoff. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Feber, a close stance out of the stretch. Takes a look at second. Longer look, now he'll step off. Just 7 hits up there for Yankton, but they've made the most of that, and the 8 walks that were issued, 1 hit by pitch. This ball to the shortstop, go across the way, and it's a 1 out away from getting out of the top of the 7th, but the runner moves to third on the ground out to short. Sam Goki, single walk, and a pop out to first base. Scored a run, scored 2 runs, knocked in a run. Looking to add to that 6-1 lead here in the top of the 7th inning on the Dakota Discount RV scoreboard. Fouls this one off to the right side, out of play, 0-1. So Lefebvre, who's had a strikeout per inning, has one here to start his relief appearance. Ground out to short. The walk by Boomsma, he is still the responsibility of Leidy, so his line score is not closed out yet. Been a hot and cold night for the Stars overall. Defensively, they've not done that well. Between the pass balls and mental errors. Offensively, they put up just 5 hits. Their pitchers struck out 9, but they walked 8. A very uneven performance. That is shot by the third baseman, and Goki comes up with his 3rd hit of the night. Driving in Boomsma from third. It's a 7-1 lead. The first run since the 3rd inning for Yankton.
Next batter, number 5, Easton Feeser.
Feeser got hit by a pitch and scored, knocked in a run with a single. He struck out the last 2 times, the last one looking. Had a home run against either Sioux Falls or Brookings, one of the 4 games they played last week. He put one over the fence. They don't really hit a lot of extra base hits. Swing and a strike 1. That opening game against Sioux Falls, every player in the lineup got a hit, and nobody got anything other than a single. But they put up 7 runs here tonight. They put up 7 in 2 games against Brookings. Had a 14-0 win against Sioux Falls. They lost 9-5 to Sioux Falls. They've taken advantage of the things that the Stars have given them tonight. Breaking pitch catches the outside, 0-2. So Feeser struck out the last 2 times. Down in the count, 0-2 here in the top of the 7th inning. 1 run across, 7-1 lead now on the Dakota Discount RV scoreboard for the Yankton Bucks. Feber checks, looks, and that'll be popped into short left field. Drifting out there's Wald, makes the play. That is the inning, but A run across for Yankton here in the top of the 7th. A little insurance run. They lead at 7-1 now on the Dakota Discount RV scoreboard. They get the one run on one hit, a walk, no errors, one left standing. And we are back for the bottom of the 7th inning. Last gasp time here for post 320.
Paisanos Pachillas, pizza and more. Tasty appetizers, homemade soups and salads, signature sandwiches, and don't miss the daily specials. If you haven't had Paisanos Pizza, you haven't had pizza. Dine in or carry out, call 605-341-6941 or visit Paisanos at 3618 Canyon Lake Drive. You can also follow along on Facebook. Thanks to Stacy and everyone at Paisanos for their support of Rapid City Sports and this webcast. Playmakers Sports Cars, Memorabilia, and Gaming is located in the Uptown Rapid Mall in the J.C. Penney wing. Brad, Justin, and the rest of the staff at Playmakers make collecting fun with a wide selection of sports and gaming, plus trade nights, gaming tournaments, and card shows. Follow on Facebook for all the latest inventory and events and go online at playmakersllc.com. Thanks to Playmakers for supporting Rapid City Sports and this webcast. Soundbites Vintage is your entertainment destination in the Traders Market in the Uptown Rapid Mall. We have music on vinyl, CD and tape, movies on DVD, VHS, and even Laserdisc, stereo equipment, TVs, VCR, and DVD players. Into collecting, you'll find sports and gaming cards, Star Wars, Star Trek, and other collectible figures, along with Hot Wheels and die-cast. We also have video games, books, comics, Barbies, and lots more. Open Friday and Saturday 10 to 5, Sunday 10 to 4.
Bottom of the 7th inning. Tom Anderson back with you at Pete Lean Field, Mike's Auto Sales broadcast booth. A 7-1 lead for the Yankton Bucks. Number 1 team in power points in Legion A here in South Dakota. They'll send Riken back out to the mound for the bottom of the 7th. Misses with his first pitch high, ball 1. For Riken, just 79 pitches. By contrast, Leidy threw 90 in his 4 innings of relief. That is how effective and fast-working Riken has been here tonight. Traders Market batting order. Bird to lead it off. Holds off on that pitch high and outside, ball 1. It's Bird, Melhoff, and Hassett. 4, 5, and 6 hitters. Trying to get something rolling here, trailing 7-1, bottom of the 7th. Riken delivers, fouled off to the left side by Bird. Bird, just his 3rd plate appearance tonight. Grounded into a double play, got called out on strikes. Something very unusual. Takes a pitch inside, strike 2. Just 5 hits on the game for the Stars and a swinging strike 3 as Bird goes down for the 2nd time tonight in the books on a K. He is 0 for 3. Milhoff, one of those 5 hits, had a double to lead off the 2nd inning, got doubled off second on the line drive to center by Lockhart. Each of the first 2 innings ended in double plays. Really kind of put a damper on the Stars' offense here tonight. Pitch is high and tight, ball 1. 3rd inning almost ended in double play. The shortstop couldn't shuffle the ball over quite quickly enough. That ball misses inside. He couldn't tell if it hit Milhoff. It just went off the end of the catcher's glove, apparently. 2-0. Beck Riken has not issued a walk here tonight. Swinging strike 1. Did not strike out a batter in the first 3 innings. Got 1 in the 4th, struck out the side in the 5th, struck out 1 in the 6th, and got Bird here to start the 7th. Now is even the count to Milhoff at 2-2. And ring him up. Riken catches the outside corner. Called 3rd strike on Milhoff.
Next batter, number 15.
Ben Hassett, he is one of the strikeout victims. He was the first strikeout when the side was put down on K's in the 5th. They stranded Anders Lockhart on second after his double. This goes to the second baseman, goes down for it, over to first, and that is the ball game. A 1-2-3 inning, the 3rd clean inning of the game for Beck Riken, who pitches a beauty here tonight. It's a 7-1 win on the Dakota Discount RV scoreboard. Yankton comes up with a win. They move to 13-5 on the season. And in the South Dakota PowerPoints rankings, they move to 8-3, while the Stars pick up their 10th loss of the year, 23-10. So 10-15 it was a 2-hour ball game. A little bit of an unusual sight here at Pete Lean Field as the Stars come up with just the one run. We're going to take a break. We'll come back with the Soundbites Vintage post-game show when we return to Pete Lean Field in Post 320.
Playmakers Sports Cars, Memorabilia, and Gaming is located in the Uptown Rapid Mall in the J.C. Penney wing. Brad, Justin, and the rest of the staff at Playmakers make collecting fun with a wide selection of sports and gaming, plus trade nights, gaming tournaments, and card shows. Follow on Facebook for all the latest inventory and events, and go online at playmakersllc.com. Thanks to Playmakers for supporting Rapid City Sports and this webcast. At Mike's Auto Sales, you'll be dealing with the owner, Mike Kuhn. He's been in the business a long time and knows just how important you are. In fact, ask about the 3-month, 3,000-mile You Matter guarantee. Follow them on Facebook. Find the full inventory online at Mike'sAutoSalesRC.com. They're located at 308 East North Street, or call 605-231-8890. Thanks so much to Mike's Auto Sales for supporting local sports and this webcast. Playmakers Sports Cars, Memorabilia, and Gaming is located in the Uptown Rapid Mall in the J.C. Penney wing. Brad, Justin, and the rest of the staff at Playmakers make collecting fun with a wide selection of sports and gaming, plus trade nights, gaming tournaments, and card shows. Follow on Facebook for all the latest inventory and events, and go online at playmakersllc.com. Thanks to Playmakers for supporting Rapid City Sports and this webcast.
So much for coming out tonight. This is the PA announcer, Josh Goetz, signing off.
Tom Anderson back in the Mike's Auto Sales broadcast booth. This is the Soundbites Vintage post-game show for Yankton. Masterful performance by Beck Reichen. Goes 7 innings, just 5 hits, 1 run. That was earned. Did not walk anybody. Struck out 7. 3 of 5 night for Sam Goki. Knocked in a couple of runs, scored a couple of runs. For Post 320, Elijah Ballard started on the mound, went 2 innings, gave up 4 hits, 5 runs, 3 of those earned, a couple scoring on wild pitch pass balls, walked 3, struck out 3. Beck Leidy comes in relief, gave up a run in his first inning. That also scored on a pass ball wild pitch, so 4 innings, 3 hits, 1 run. That was not earned. Gave up 5 walks, but struck out 6. And Seth Lefebvre comes in relief, goes an inning, gives up a hit, no runs, no walks, and had a strikeout. Noah Wald goes 1 for 3 tonight with a run scored. Tegan Sales 1 for 3. Max Speed 0 for 2 with an RBI on a sacrifice fly. Aiden Bird goes 0 for 3. Unusual caller for Mr. Bird. Melhoff goes 1 for 3 with a double. Ben Hassett goes 0 for 3. 0 for 2 for Anders Lockhart. 1 for 2. Had a double. They didn't even make it through their batting order 3 times tonight against Reichen. 1 for 2 for Colby Witt, and 0 for 2 for Brooke Eschmeyer. So a quick look at what the Stars suffered through here tonight in a 7-1 loss. We're going to take a break. We'll come back with our Paisanos player of the game and wrap things up here tonight as Yankton comes away with the 7-1 win over the 320 Stars.
Paisanos Pachias, pizza and more. Tasty appetizers, homemade soups and salads, signature sandwiches, and don't miss the daily specials. If you haven't had Paisanos Pizza, you haven't had pizza. Dine in or carry out, call 605-341-6941 or visit Paisanos at 3618 Canyon Lake Drive. You can also follow along on Facebook. Thanks to Stacy and everyone at Paisanos for their support of Rapid City Sports and this webcast. Dakota Discount RV is your local RV dealer. Big thanks to Kevin and the gang for their participation in these webcasts. It's summertime and they are ready with a fresh lineup for your camping adventures. Find Dakota Discount RV in Rapid City at 3330 Mall Drive and just off exit 48 on JB Road in Somerset. Sales, parts, and service, 605-388-8243, and their website with their full inventory at DakotaDiscountRV.com. Traders Market is located in the Uptown Rapid Mall in the former Sears location in the East Wing. You'll find more than 4 dozen vendors with more offerings that can be listed. Custom crafts, furniture and toys, housewares, tools, collectibles of all kinds, plus music, movies, games. Don't forget jewelry, clothing, books, electronics, and more. If you can't find it at Traders Market, you may not find it. Big thanks to all the vendors for their support of this webcast. Open Friday and Saturday 10 to 5, Sunday 10 to 4.
Tom Anderson back with you at Pete Lean Field as we wrap things up. Soundbites Vintage post-game show. Our Paisanos player of the game, you have to go to the pitching mound, as offense only put together 5 hits and 1 run. Beck Leidy, who gave up an unearned run in his first inning of relief, goes 4 innings tonight, striking out 6, giving up just 3 runs in that 1 unearned run. So Beck Leidy, our Paisanos player of the game. Paisanos Pakia with their specials that they run. I was just there on Sunday. Oh, that pizza is so good. If you haven't had Paisanos, you haven't had pizza. Ask them about their punch card. I just was there again on Sunday and saw they had a punch card promotion that they are running. So check that out. Your next visit in at 3618 Canyon Lake Drive. 605-341-6941, dine in or carry out. Our Paisanos player of the game, Beck Leidy tonight. For Yankton, with the win, they're 13-5 on the season. They will play post 22 on Thursday in a doubleheader, and then Friday in Spearfish. They've got 2 more games going there. So Riken going the distance here tonight really gave some relief to that pitching staff, who will have 4 games in 2 days. For post 22, they are off tomorrow. They are at home here against Watertown on Friday in a doubleheader, and Renner in a doubleheader. So a couple of tough games coming up for post 22. Watertown at 6-5 on the year. Renner sitting at 10-6 on the season against South Dakota teams. I don't have their overall records in front of me at the moment. So an outstanding performance by Beck Riken, a 7-1 win for Yankton. I want to thank all of our sponsors, of course, for the webcast. Playmakers Sports Cards, Memorabilia, and Gaming, located in the Uptown Rapid Mall and J.C. Penney Wing. Follow them on Facebook for all the latest inventory and events. Go online at playmakersllc.com. Mike's Auto Sales, ask about the 3-month, 3,000-mile You Matter guarantee. Follow them on Facebook and find the full inventory online at mikesautosales.rc.com. They're located at 308 East North Street, just kind of by Milwaukee Street there, or call 231-8890. Dakota Discount RV, your local RV dealer with 2 locations, 3330 Mall Drive and off exit 48 on JB Road in Somerset. Call for sales, parts, or service at 388-8243. They're also online at DakotaDiscountRV.com. Traders Market, located in the Uptown Rapid Mall with more than 4 dozen vendors. If you can't find it at Traders Market, you may not find it. They're open Friday and Saturday 10 to 5, Sunday 10 to 4. Paisanos Pakia. Pizza and more, dine in or carry out, 341-6941, or visit them at 3618 Canyon Lake Drive. If you haven't had Paisanos Pizza, which I did on Sunday, you haven't had pizza. Actually, I had it on Monday, too. And Soundbites Vintage, your entertainment destination located in Traders Market in the Uptown Rapid Mall. Discover a better way to buy your music, movies, collectibles, stereo equipment, and more. Open Friday and Saturday 10 to 5, Sunday 10 to 4. That's my store. Come by and say hello. We're usually rerunning the game on one of the big TVs there as well. And the Post 320 game sponsors, Beersbach Equipment and Supplies, Strive Fitness, Denny Menhold Auto Group, Shields, Tatco Construction, Water Tree Hot Tub, Saunas and Water Treatment, McKee Ford, South Dakota Mines, Scoopy Cow, American Family, Davis & Associates, Nick Davis Agent, Stuart Martin Remax Results Real Estate Team, Complete HVAC, and ANCO, Builders of Infrastructure and Communications. Once again, that final tonight, Yankton with the win, 7-1. It's Tom Anderson thanking you for watching and listening to Post 320 Stars Baseball.